Hey everybody, another amazing video by me. Make sure you do a thumbs up, a subscribe, go to my main channel page and click on support this channel. Help me out if you will. This is a really cool idea that I have, and a lot of us have been sitting at home when the power goes out, the power in our house goes out, and you're sitting in the dark, you go running for candles or you get a flashlight, and that's okay for a couple minutes, but if you realize that your power is going to be out for 6 or 8 hours overnight, while they're replacing a transformer, something major is going on. This is an incredibly cool idea. A battery backup that's used for a computer. It's called an UPS, Universal Power System. Now these units come in really small wattages. This is a kind of like a medium size, 810 watts. Now, it's got surge protection. I'm going to take it out of the box. I'll show you what it is. How these work is they stay plugged into the wall all the time. And when the power goes off, this is why this is a really great idea. When the power goes off is when these things kick into battery backup. And on this package over here, you can see the rating of how much time this system supposedly will power up a unit. Well, it really depends on wattage, how much wattage you're burning, and so a lot of times for a PC and a monitor, the idea behind this is that you'll be able to power down your computer or you'll be able to power down a theater system without corrupting the hard drive or causing problems. Now, that is why this is a really good idea. This thing will run, you see over here, it says how much time it will run. Now let's calculate that into hours. Let's read what it says on the box. 420 minutes for a DVR, digital video recorder while recording. Doesn't use a lot of power. 58 minutes for a Mac monitor, so you've got almost an hour for a monitor. 24 minutes for a 32-inch LCD television. Okay, so you're starting to see that you've got some serious time here. You've got a lot of time. How do you use this to your advantage if you don't want to go out and buy a solar panel system and a battery charge-up unit, and this is like a one-time thing for when you occasionally have power failures, or maybe there's an earthquake? Well, if there's an earthquake, you're not going to have power for probably days. So this only serves a limited purpose, but when that power goes out, it's kind of scary. Having an UPS is a really good idea. You plug the UPS into the wall, you take a lamp, and you plug the lamp into the back of the unit, and you keep the lamp plugged into the battery backup part. Now I'm using a 40-watt LED. Now let's look at what I said over here. 810 watts, and we're talking on the box over here, just for a little recorder, maybe 8 hours. So if you have a 40-watt light bulb, an LED light bulb that's not going to create a lot of heat but is much more efficient, a 40-watt bulb plugged into a lamp, plugged into the back of an UPS, when your power goes off, you're going to kick in to the battery backup power, and this light is probably going to run for a good 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 hours. The advantage is the minute the power goes off while everybody's in the dark trying to find flashlights and candles, your lamp is already kicked on, you're no longer in the dark, and you've got light that will carry you for a long time. And you can also shut it off if you don't want to waste or burn up the battery power, or you can just keep this thing on. Chances are power's not going to be out for 6, 8, 10 hours. Recently, my power was out for 8 hours. My UPS, a cheaper UPS that is not as powerful as this, ran for 7.5 hours, and the power kicked in 10 minutes after the UPS went out. So it's an incredibly cool idea. Not that expensive, probably cost about, this unit cost about $120 or so, $110. And it's just a cheap way to protect yourself from earthquake problems or transformer power failure problems. Now, just to give you an idea of how this works, this is an older, very cheap, inexpensive UPS that I acquired. And it's got a button on the front so that you can power the thing down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power it down, and when I power it down, it's going to start beeping, and the light is going to remain on, and that's the whole idea behind an UPS. is that for emergency purposes, this is an incredibly cool idea that I invented. Okay, and there's the lamp, and what I like to do is I like to keep this little lamp sitting in the corner. Sometimes I keep it on all the time at night, and other times I shut it off, but the nice thing is that if it's powered on during the night and the power goes off, I will still have light and I will not be in the dark. And if it's during the day, then the light is off and there's no problem, if that made any sense. So I'm going to kill the power now. I'm going to press the button. You're probably going to hear some beeping. Power's off. And obviously my UPS is dead because it is not providing power now. So that was a bad example. But the nice thing is, I'm going to show you a good example in a minute when I plug in the good unit. When you get to a problem like this where things aren't working, that means the battery is dead, the lights on the unit should probably pop on saying that there's no power. You should be getting beeping or something that says replace battery. So here goes the test with the new unit. Now I've got the camera pointed towards the lamp. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the UPS. When I unplug it, that will simulate power being cut off from the transformer or a power failure. You're going to hear some beeping, but the light should stay on because of the because I'm on the UPS battery. So here we go. I'm going to unplug it now, and the light's on. Let me show you what's going on here. Okay, the light is flashing on. And my light just went out, which means that my UPS battery is totally dead. So I couldn't even hold it for a minute. So let me plug in the new unit and we'll see how it works. Here's the new unit. On the left side you can see it says surge battery. It's got surge protection and also it's running off the battery. The right side is strictly surge protection for items that you want to keep plugged in there. Circuit breakers in the middle. So what we've got down on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the battery and 5 strictly on the surge. Sorry for wiggling this camera all over the place. You've got your network thing, network in and out, and you've also got coax if you're running this on your cable TV. You got a serial port if you have a serial port connection. And then you see the USB up there. That is made so that you can plug this into your computer, into the USB port, and you run the software, you install the software that comes with, and when your power failure, when the power kicks off, this will go in there and tell the computer that it needs to log off, and it will power down the PC because of this USB connection. So now I'm going to go put this very heavy thing on the floor and connect it, and hopefully it's got enough battery power so that I can show you my test of how this works. Okay, sorry about the awkward angle. I'll remove the cover. I'm going to turn this unit on now, and we'll see what's going on. Power everything up. And I should be getting some display that says something's happening. But right now I'm getting absolutely nothing. Very strange. Unit's powered on now. It's not supposed to power on without a fully charged battery, but I've got the unit charged up right now a little bit. I'm going to plug in the lamp and we'll see what happens with this unit. Very good. The lamp is plugged in, the lamp is on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug the UPS. There's probably not a lot of power because I just plugged this in for the first time. But let's see if my idea works so that you can see it proven out. Alright, I'm getting ready to unplug, but here we go. There we go. That's on battery power right now. The UPS should be kicking in and making noise. There it goes. There it goes. So what it's showing you now, it's got 300 and, I believe, 60 watts. I think that's what it's showing. It's got 360 watts of power. The lamp is running strictly off of battery power right now. And this is the whole idea behind having some emergency power for a really inexpensive $100, $120 or something. Get yourself a nice UPS unit. There it goes. It's starting to beep now, showing that it's on battery power. Power has gone out to the unit. And let's go over to the power cord over here and plug it in. And the light should get a little brighter, but I can't really have the camera showing everything. And now it just, let me do that again. Here we go. Unplugged. We're at 384 watts of power. It's on battery power. The lamp is running, as you can see. There's the lamp over there. Okay, it is running. Let's go back over to the display. 392 watts. Now I'm going to go plug this thing in, and it will kick over to 120 volts line power, and battery just went off. And that is how you do a very inexpensive, simple battery backup for your house. I'm sure there are more efficient ways financially, but for $120 I was able to do this. Yes, I could have gone solar. I'd have to buy a solar panel for maybe $200, $300, $400, and a battery for maybe a couple $100, and I'd have to screw with this. So this works out really good. There are people who do take that route. They go in with a solar panel and charge up their ups. They keep the ups powered up off the solar thing, which is also a really good idea. So this will provide power, and it will constantly stay charged with the solar unit. That's probably what I'm going to do next, because it makes a lot of sense to go out and throw a few $100s into knowing that this unit is always going to be charged up or capable of being charged up, so you can run a cell phone charger or keep a lamp on for an enormous amount of time. You really can't use this, well, you could, but it's kind of foolish to be using this for a miniature refrigerator. Mostly charging up a battery for a flashlight or a camera or a cell phone, or keeping a little flashlight going. Those are the things that something like this is useful for. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed my video. I know I rambled on a little bit, but it's a really important topic, and this is a very easy way to solve your problem. Right over here, let me press this button. It's a display button. You get all these cool displays on the current voltage in the wall, the charge of the battery, how much wattage is stored. There's a lot of good info, and it's a very economical way to save yourself a lot of problems, because sitting in the dark is scary. All right, peace out.